Let's get to a question now that we've gotten from many of you. James asked, when is the city going to repair and return the iconic elk monument that was torn down? Restoring these monuments to their rightful location would be a strong symbol of healing and moving forward in this city. Well, good news, James, and all you other elk fans out there. The elk is coming back to downtown Portland. This week, city commissioners adopted a resolution to restore both the statue and the reproduction of the original fountain base, along with improvements to the right-of-way. It was sometimes tricky driving around it. So far, though, no timeline on when all of that happens. The elk statue was ground zero for the radical justice protests that we saw in downtown Portland for much of 2020. For months, protesters camped out in front of the Multnomah County Justice Center, federal courthouse, and the Portland Police Station. The Thompson elk just happened to be caught right in the middle. Some people put graffiti on the elk, they set fires in the fountain, and some turned it into a memorial for people killed by police. Eventually, city workers removed the statue, saying it had become a safety hazard, and the fountain was dismantled. The elk statue's been in storage in a secret location ever since. For the last year, city workers have been trying to decide what they're going to do with the elk, and a lot of you have told us, and you also told them, you want it back where it was. The elk has been there for more than 100 years, but recently it's become a symbol as well of downtown's recovery after the last 2 years. People got pretty emotional about it. Several of them actually put on antlers to take part in a city council meeting and plead for its return.
It's not only feasible to restore the fountain, but imperative that the city restore it as a clear message of its commitment to revitalizing the downtown and bring a sense of hope and healing to its citizens.
Restoring the historic icon, the beautiful bronze elk and its storied granite fountain base, and having it adorn the original 1900 site has become a metaphor for advancing downtown's recovery after 2 tempestuous years and a pandemic. Beauty is a necessity in our lives, and this monument is uplifting. Full recovery will come one step at a time, and this is a monumental stride in the right direction.
By the way, extra points for using tempestuous in a sentence. Dan Ryan and Carmen Rubio also brought antlers to the meeting, and in the end, they all voted in favor of bringing the elk back. Portland Mayor Ted Wheeler agreed it would be a symbol of recovery for the city, but also of victory.
The anguish for me, as somebody who was born and raised here, was to see it blown apart, burned, desecrated, graffitied, and then to add insult to injury, have somebody passed out in the middle of it, still the next morning when the media came to photograph it. And bringing the statue back is more than just a statement of aesthetics, and it's more than a statement, to me at least, about the recovery of this city. It's a statement that people who break the law and break things do not get the last word in our city. We do. We, the people of this city, get the final word, and it's coming back.
And we haven't really heard from anyone who's against the elk returning, and if that's you, I guess you could send us an email. We did see a commentary from Alex Zielinski from the Portland Mercury, who offered her perspective on it, though. She wrote, "People certainly broke things during the 2020 protests. Their fires blackened a well-known statue that had proudly stood over a century in a key part of downtown. But bones were also broken in 2020 by police batons, skin was seared open with fiery munitions, and lungs choked with tear gas. What's missing from City Hall's discussion of the elk statue is the acknowledgement of the damage done to living, breathing Portland residents surrounding its removal. Wheeler has yet to express remorse or admit blame for allowing officers to consistently and indiscriminately inflict physical and psychological damage on citizens who were legally protesting in their city streets." Well, that's her opinion. And here's mine. It's good to have the statue coming back. I'm glad it's going back to its original place where it will stand, hopefully, and not be attacked for another 100 years.